So today we're covering the big panels, the ones with the windows in, and I think you'll agree it looks really good. This one's not screwed in, it's just held in by the wires that we've pulled through. And if I stand over here, you can see with the door and that, it's going to look really good once we've got this panel here done. You'll also notice I have taken the floor up. That's because I want to insulate underneath, and it also makes it a little bit easier to get these the bottoms of these panels in without the plywood in the way. So I have done this one, I've also done the other one at the front, so let's show you the process. So seeing as the weather's nice, we decided to make our front garden the workspace. So this is the panel we'll be trimming. As you can see, we've been trimming off the edges. What we're doing with the carpet is we're overlaying underneath, and then here is our nice new fresh carpet laid out on the driveway. Yeah, so I think the next thing we need to do is put that panel on the carpet and then trim around it, and then we'll get glue in. Right, so we've got the carpet cut out slightly bigger than our template. Around the outside edges we've gone about 1.5 inches, so that will overlap like so. Still got to trim these down a little bit, cut some grooves in for this curved section, and then for where the window is, I've gone a good few inches. I'll trim that down afterwards. That just means that once we've glued the plywood down, it gives us a bit of leeway if it's not exactly where it is now, in terms of cutting out the window hole. So next step, putting the glue on. So we're all back on now. You can see here that the edge is where it's very hard to get a panel this size exactly in the middle of where you cut it, which is why we put such a big edge on. This will be fine, it's just a bit smaller than we planned, but it means we've got excess that side. So what I'm going to do is just show you how to prepare this bit one-handed. So the corners, we're going to cut a triangle off, so that can go over there like that, that will be able to go over there like that. Makes us a nice corner, so I'm going to do that with all of those. Any right angle corner will be the same. Over cut this plywood. Do the curve very curved. There we go. So when they overlap like that, you see there'll be a gap there. If you're doing an outside curve, you'll need to cut a V in. I've done it on there as a demonstration, so that if it's an outward curve, they tend to overlap, which you don't want. That will just push the board out a bit more. So just do, oops, that one there, and that corner there. So moving to the middle. We want every corner, we want to do the same thing, cut down to just before the actual corner itself. There we go. And these bits will obviously fold over, but there's quite a lot of excess there, so I'm just going to trim them down so we haven't got quite so much to deal with. Once I've done the rest of the window, we'll get sticking these over. We just need to spray the glue around the outside here, outside edges, wait for it to go touch dry, and then it'll be ready to fold everything over. And I do just tend to pull on it just to keep it taut. I don't know if it makes any difference or not, but that's how I do it. There we go, finished. The only thing I need to do is cut out, just cut a little slot somewhere here. I'll be able to see it from behind. There's the outlet for the wiring. Well, I'll just fill one there. So you can feel the indent, and it is just a case of get your Stanley blade, cut a little slot in it, and then when you feed it through, you can just push the carpet back in like that. See, just a slot cut in there. This will all be hidden anyway. So the only thing I need to do now then is, well, make sure it fits. So Dad's now structurally integral. Yeah, really pleased with how that looks. Obviously still got to trim these back panels, but that'll be easy enough to do because I can just use a tool to push the material down inside there, and then the outside of it will probably be sealed underneath the rubber seal. So the only thing I would need to do is screw it in. We're going to not reuse the old screw holes, we're going to make new ones. So I'm going to put some masking tape along. The previous owner, I think I mentioned in a previous video, has put these black marks where the main structure of the van runs along. And if I take that panel down, you can see the other end of it here. So I'll be able to run a piece of masking tape all the way along. And I know there's one along the side here. And I can then at least measure the distance to drill the holes. That way my OCD won't go crazy when the screws aren't lined up. We know that at the top here there's a bit of an edge there, so we can come down about 1 inch or so at the top. Same along the bottom and around the wheel arch. That should be enough easily to hold that tight. We've also got the window frame to go on for the blinds like we've done on this door, which yeah, will also help strengthen it all. So we're going to do that.